Good morning, folks. Just out in the swamp, bright and early. Gonna collect a couple of trail cameras here. I wanted to talk to you guys about the session that Grant and I did here a week ago in the swamp. The whole point of me having Grant come out here was to validate my findings and show that, you know, the recordings that we'd made over 15 sessions back here, the hair standing up on the back of my neck, all of these things that I've noted and said, you know, there's something here that's dark. Does Grant feel that? And we didn't that day, to be honest. We mentioned it in the video. It felt like maybe there was a presence here, but it was pulling back, it was withdrawn. And Grant and I have talked about it. We believe it's because together we are much more powerful than when there's only one of us out here. So it wasn't a wasted session by no means, because I'm going to show you guys in this video the results that we got when we went back to the dark swamp and we sat and we did a session on his water machine. I need you to keep in mind, this is not a Spirit Box app. All we're doing is using our camcorders to record white noise generated by a kettle fountain, which is just a fountain that's recycling water, and the water running into the fountain creates white noise. It's just static, okay, is what it is. There should be no voices in there, guys. And Grant has put up those results on his channel. His channel is Optimal Frequency. There is a link in the description of my channel, but you don't have to go there to watch that one, because we're gonna put it here. I'm gonna watch it with you guys and analyze it, because I started to watch it and the demon word came up more times than I have fingers on this hand in the first 5 minutes. Which is exactly what I was looking for. Validation that there is something dark out here in the swamp. So, do I think that's the only thing out here in the swamp? No, it's not. I'll tell you what I know is out here in the swamp, because I feel it innately. I have to trust my powers as they grow, my sensitivity. I do have the ability to sense when spirits are near. I get this full body shiver. I'm getting it right now, actually. And they are drawn to me. So there is not just the D word here. There are native spirits here, 100%, guys. I feel it in my bones. This was Algonquin land, this was Huron land. Tribes that didn't have names for thousands of years before that. A mile from here is one of the greatest fisheries in the northern area. Okay, these people lived alongside of that lake. This is all drainage. My swamp is drainage for that lake. They hunted, they fished, they had their encampments here. They lived here for thousands of years. And I believe that the D word that we got back here has something to do with them. It's a guardian of this land. Grant and I were talking, and he said the exact same thing to me last night on the phone. He told me exactly what I'm telling you guys. In his words, his thoughts, his feelings were that was brought here by the natives, and he feels it's a guardian spirit of some kind, and I said exactly the same. Now we're going to call it a demon because that's what it is. Now who is calling it a demon? There's some confusion by the folks watching the videos, okay? I believe, and Grant believes, that our spirit team, our protectors, our circle of guardian angels, as you would, okay, communicate with us through that static noise. They give us answers all the time. They say my family's names, my kids' names. They tell us things that have happened in the past. They answer us, they know things. If you watch Grant's channel, he does investigations on murder cases, on people from history. They give him answers as if they were there watching it or at that time that it was happening. So we can't explain it, but I believe a large part of the communication is from spirit team, okay? So the first thing I want to say is we know this demon's name. The demon did not give me the name. People said, oh, why would it give you its name? It didn't. The spirit team was talking to me on a previous video, and they said its name. They said, sorry, the mosquitoes are really bad right now, guys. The spirit team came through and they said the portal of, I don't want to say its name, I'll put the name right here on the screen, is closed. Okay? So that's the second thing I'm going to address right here, right now. I have never invoked this thing. I've never called upon it. I do not want to interact with it. It's here. It's doing its thing. It interacts with me sometimes. It tries to chase me out of here. But let's be straight. I'm not looking for it. I'm not trying to get proof on film for you guys that it exists, because you don't mess with something like that. It's here, I know it's here, it knows that I'm here. Okay, we know its name. Then Grant got its name on the kettle fountain over here at the stone box. The same name that I got using a spirit app over a year ago. That's not coincidence. So, the spirit team gave us its name. You guys have done some research, and there is a tie-in to a natural spirit, a Mother Earth spirit. Not that name exactly, but it could be something like that, okay? And that's what I feel this thing is. It's an Earth guardian. You know, whether it's a demon, whether it's an ancient spirit, whether it's a guardian, whatever we call it, doesn't really matter. It's very powerful. And it doesn't like people, okay? It curses at me, it threatens the dog. Now, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, but he's not here, so I can't point it out to you. Gage, here he comes. Do you guys see a leash on my dog? No, there is no leash on my dog. Have you ever seen me tie him to a tree and leave him out here somewhere to invoke something? No. Now, I did not let him in the hunting blind one time when he was upset. That's because there's no room for him in the hunting blind. The camera can make it look like there's more room, but with me sitting there in a chair, there isn't any room for both of us in there. Him jumping around. No, he would actually wreck the hunting blind, slam it into the walls. It's fine mesh. So anyway, okay, that upset me. I had 2 people say, oh, you're abusing your dog. Nonsense, BS, I'll tell you what it is, straight to your face. That is, he loves coming back here. He loves being here with me. He gets the choice. He has free will. He's not tied to me. He's not leashed to me. He can go wherever he wants to go. And if he feels threatened and feels the need to, he can run away. So that is out of the way. I love my dog more than I love most people, okay? So let's not turn this into something it's not. Gage has free will to come and go as he pleases back here, and he loves it back here. Now, he is aware of what is here, and he has shown us that in various videos where he will all of a sudden go into guard mode and he's protecting me. Hair up, barking, growling, whatever. We've seen that. He knows it's here as well. But Gage can come and go, and he can run a lot faster than I can, okay? So if anybody gets left behind, it's gonna be this guy right here. So I don't wanna hear that nonsense anymore. I, in fact, blocked both of those people. That, to me, is just, you don't need to come here on my channel and tell me I'm abusing my dog, because I'm not. But back to this demon. I'm gonna watch this, show you guys this analysis that Grant did of the water sessions that we had, and it is mind-blowing stuff. Moving forward, I'm still gonna come here and use these trails. We have our snowmobile trails here. We access the lake from here in the winter. The snowshoers come through here in the winter. They can only get here in the winter when the lake is frozen and the river is frozen. But you know, there's 50 people that hike back here, maybe a couple miles back here, only in the winter. So I feel, as long as I'm not provoking this thing or trying to interact with it, we're just gonna carry on. And whatever research, you know, whatever we capture, proof is just that it is trying to interact with me. I'm not invoking it in any way. So, with that aside, guys, check out this session that Grant and I did in the dark swamp and leave a comment. It is not coincidence that the D word is said, I'm gonna say it's said close to a dozen times in this video. Now, we do know also that, like I say, there are native spirits here, and I believe it does mention Bigfoot. His water machine has mentioned Bigfoot. My spirit box apps have mentioned Bigfoot. Do I think Bigfoot is here all the time? No. Some native tribes actually thought Bigfoot was a spirit protector of the forest. Am I saying that this thing that we know its name is a Bigfoot? No, no, I don't think that. Could it be associated? Do they know of each other? Absolutely they would, right? There's a lot of stuff here in this swamp, and most of it is paranormal, okay? There isn't a flesh and blood thing here that we set out to find 5 years ago. That's not the case. There's something much more dangerous here. You guys have seen the proof, and here is the last session with even more proof. He wants to do a session over there. Now I want to do a water session here. We'll go do a spirit box there, and then I'll come back here.
Yes, what is it?
Kids making a fort, maybe?
Well, that was my first guess when we found this years ago. I said kids making a fort, but who comes back here in the swamp? Nobody.
Yeah, but if we were kids, we would.
Yeah, 40 years ago we would have came this far back here.
And
nothing's cut, they're all broken, all the ends.
Bigfoot builds teepees, he doesn't build log cabins. You ready? Yeah, go ahead. Ask whatever you want.
My ear clearly hears 2 yeses, 1 female, 1 male, and Grant showed that on the screen that he's hearing that as well. He makes one of them pink to show you this is a female response. If this was just the same static noise being recorded and played back, why are we detecting female and male in here in the responses? It just shouldn't be.
Does Bigfoot live in the far back swamp here where no humans go? Is there something else that lives back here in this dark swamp?
Remember, this is not a Spirit Box app, and we clearly hear the response on the static, demon, it's not good. And that's exactly what I'm setting out to find proof of. Is there something dangerous back here? It only took 20 seconds of running this thing to get confirmation. Yeah, and it says what it is.
See that wind?
It's definitely picking up.
Wow.
Is that the spirit? The entity.
My camera's moving on its own if the wind's so strong. Is it an evil thing that lives back here?
Or just protective?
I think it's protective, and it just tries to scare me out of here. Do you just try to scare me? It tells me all the time to fear it and to run. It's even set gauge off a few times.
I want my spirit team to answer. Does he have to fear?
sometimes we get responses where there's a voice over top of a voice. Now, this next instance that Grant recorded, his analysis is in white, okay? I've heard a couple of words here as well that I've added in blue because there's two voices and they're talking over each other. And what I hear is the word heaven. And then I also hear, I believe it says, where does that go? Now, is it referring to the demon? Because that's what it starts out by saying, a demon. Or is it talking about, I feel innately, it's talking about the portal used by the demon, which has been mentioned a couple of times now, including in the session that we did last week, as well as the portal of Mahis is closed. So we know there is something to do with the portal of, that's how it gets around. I don't know. Is it not in the swamp all the time? I don't know. I don't know how this works. But anyway, his analysis in white, and then the words that I'm hearing on top of that in blue.
Or does it have to fear me and my spirit team? What taps on my walls at night? Plays a game where I start to fall asleep and then it'll be a loud tap on the wall that jerks me awake. It happens all the time.
I believe that whatever it is that comes here to my house and taps on the walls at night is the same thing that pushed the box off the shelf in my closet. 2 weeks in a row we had the camera box thrown off. We also had the Christmas wreath thrown across the room. My aunt verified, hey, what was this doing 15 feet away from the mantle? I believe that's all the same person, as they just called it here. It's a spirit. It's not the D. The D doesn't come in my house. I'm positive of that. But it is one of the spirits from back in the swamp.
Was this native land? Has anybody drowned back here in the swamp? And when I say that, I'm referring to the hiker poles I found and the pack sack I found.
Hey, you want to hear something interesting? Well, I thought this was interesting. The answer was pretty clear on the Panasonic. It says, the man Wilson. Okay, so I thought, well, for shits and giggles, I'm going to do a search in the North Bay area just to see, is there anybody named Wilson missing?
Yeah.
There is not, but something, I think this is tied in, and I'm getting a shiver on my neck right now. So when I did that, it came up with about 8 responses here, but it says, David Wilson, detective. Wilson is involved in investigations related to missing persons, plural, in North Bay. I don't know. I find that an awful coincidence. It says the man Wilson, and this guy's in charge of missing persons in North Bay. Okay, you guys, so after I talked to Gary, I hadn't even looked at this track here, which I've got highlighted right now, which was the phone that was sitting in the kettle fountain recording. So that first one where it says the man Wilson, that's up on the top track, which was the Panasonic camera. I think it clearly says Detective Wilson, and then I think it says let the detective think. Definitely says Detective Wilson right here. That's exactly what I just Googled and uncovered after it said the man Wilson.
Who keeps leaving disembodied voices on my camera?
That's a strange response. Now, it made me laugh. We are definitely in a swamp, but there are no crocodiles in our neck of the woods.
Do you like my dog? They've told me many times how nice of a dog he is and to bring him back to the swamp.
Is that because they want to eat him?
It said that in one of my videos. Did you know that?
No.
It said it was going to eat my dog. When we talk about this entity that you don't want to talk about.
Does it really want to eat the dog, or is it just trying to cause fear?
I think Gage is my protector.
Seems pretty content with that bone right now.
Yeah, he's not riled up at all. He's not on edge. Doug, you've come through twice on Necrophonic. Do you have a message?
Two responses that make absolute sense with what's going on at that time. It says, I think it's better than a stick. It's referring to Gage eating the bone. Of course, Gage loves bones. He thinks they're better than sticks. He loves sticks, but a bone is always better. And then for a voice to come through and say that? And then what do we know about Doug? Well, he was a family member, a best friend for 45 years. And after ultimate betrayal and him passing on and now coming through in hundreds of videos saying that he loves us, misses us, he's sorry, and that he protects us, we get a voice saying exactly that he protects the group.
Is there a female spirit who likes me to come back and visit? Well, unless there's something else you want to ask.
No, this is your session.
What about portals? In a couple of videos, it was mentioned that there were portals back here.
Didn't you see lights one time?
Seen lights many times. Orbs, orange and blue.
Wasn't there something odd you filmed from your back porch though? Big lights one time?
Yeah, lights one time.
Well, ask it.
What are the lights we see in the swamp?
Got about another minute.
Analyze that spot right there. Something just told me that you need to analyze before where I just told you.
Why? What feeling were you getting?
There's a message for us there.
All right, we're gonna go. Do you want to say farewell? Any parting message for Gary? All right, we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Oh my god, I'm leaving those trail cameras, guys. The mosquitoes are so bad back here right now. I gotta get a bug net and some gloves before I go. It's about a half mile to the first one, so for now, they can stay. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and Grant's channel. We're not done investigating the swamp. We will be back. So again, I appreciate all of you guys. Catch you in the next one.